Okay, so 10th standard students, very good morning and a very warm welcome. Actually, in the last class, we are going through the hydroelectricity power. Okay, this class is a continuation of that class. Okay, means after that topic. So, we have completed the power resources, meaning and importance. We have done coal, petroleum, we have done, and then hydroelectricity we have done. Hydroelectricity means the power which is generated from the force of falling water. Now we will go for nuclear power. Nuclear, you all know that this country is very much means nowadays America is fast in nuclear power. Okay, this nuclear power, I will tell you, it has both things, advantages and disadvantages. You can use it for the use of the mankind, whereas you can destruct or destroy the mankind also. Atom bomb, we all know what it is. It can destroy a country. Okay, once such atom bomb that USA, they put it on Japan, and Japan was totally destroyed, and still nowadays there are some kid or child who are getting birth and those who are having some deformities because of that effect. Generation wise generation, atom is atomic power is very powerful. Okay, so now what is this nuclear power? The energy generated from atomic minerals is called nuclear power. Okay, so the power, the energy generated from atomic minerals is called nuclear power. Okay, so what is nuclear power? The power which is generated from atomic minerals. In India, the demand for energy is increasing. In India, as the population is increasing, with the increasing of population, everything is increasing, means need for food, need for shelter, need for cloth, everything like that. The demand for energy is also increasing, but the production is not enough to meet the requirement. Production is getting done, but it is not sufficient till yet. Hence, India formulated program of nuclear power production. Okay, this is not used for the generation of electricity only. There are many things. It is very useful in the field of medical science, means these hospitals. Nowadays people are going to hospital, they have to undergo for this MRI test and all. Okay, scanning, X-ray, whatever they are doing, there only these atomic minerals are used to get that nuclear power, and from with that only that ray is coming. India has a large reserve of atomic minerals. Okay, the atomic minerals, we know atom bomb, but from where it is, what are the minerals in that? Okay, the main mineral, it is uranium, okay, and thorium. These two are very dangerous, very useful also, and very dangerous. With the use of this, we can prepare this atom bomb also. So India has a large reserve of atomic minerals like uranium and thorium, which are required for the generation of nuclear energy. So nuclear energy, it is being generated from the atomic minerals, and the main atomic minerals are uranium and thorium. The first nuclear power plant was set up at Tarapur in 1969. In the year 1969, the first atomic power plant was established in Tarapur. Okay, it's near to Mumbai in Maharashtra. Now there are 7 nuclear power plants in the country. Nowadays, if you count, there are 7 nuclear power stations in India. What are they? The first is the Tarapur, I told, that is the first one established in 1969. So Tarapur near Mumbai in Maharashtra. Okay, Rana Pratap Sagar near Kota in Rajasthan. Then Kolpakam near Chennai in Tamil Nadu. Okay, Naroda near Naroda in Uttar Pradesh. Okay, Kakrapara in Gujarat. Okay, Kaiga near Karwar in Karnataka. Karnataka is also having power plant, nuclear power plant. Okay, Kaiga near Karwar district. Okay, Kundankulam in Tamil Nadu. So these are the name of the 7 major, not only major, these 7 are only there in India. Okay, so most of them are in Maharashtra, Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka and Uttar Pradesh and Gujarat. Okay, so now after this we will go for need for non-convectional energy. What is this need for non-convectional energy? Convectional energy, we discussed that the energy which is produced from coal, petroleum, natural gases. Okay, those are not adequate in our day-to-day life or in India. Okay, so we should go for this non-convectional energy. Non-convectional energy means energy which are produced from water. Okay, we are having water, we can use it for several times. Solar, okay, you can see on the top of the roof of any houses here. Now most of the houses, 80% houses, they are having solar. What is that? They are having the solar trap in that machine. Okay, with that trap they trap the solar ray. Okay, so that energy should get generated and that can be used for your domestic purpose. Same it is being used in industries also. Even nowadays in India only there are some trains which are running not on electricity, they are solar only. Okay, so and then windmill, if you go to some places you can see big type of fan, it is going round. Okay, that round, that one is generating the electricity from the wind. In India, non-conventional power resources are found in abundance. We are having water, we are having this wind. Okay, so we can do it. Then they are renewable, same as hydro. Pollution free, water you are doing, no pollution. Coal, if you have to generate this one energy or electricity from coal, you have to burn it. If you burn it, smoke will come, so it gives pollution. But water, then your wind, solar, they don't have any pollution because they don't emit any smoke or carbon like that. Okay, pollution free, cheap and eco-friendly. Of course, if it is not giving any pollution, it is eco-friendly. Well, as the eco-friendly, they can be supplied easily to both the urban as well as the rural areas. See, if you are having that connection, you can send the electricity to urban and also the rural areas. In recent years, rate of energy consumption has increased. Always I am telling you that everything is getting increased, so energy consumption is also increased. So there is urgent need for the development of alternate power resource in India. See, the demand for energy or this demand for electricity is increasing, but coal is not increasing, petroleum is not increasing, rather that natural gas is not increasing. Only with the use, many times use, that is renewal of water, we can generate more electricity to satisfy the coming need of the people of the country. Now we will go for two things, that is energy crisis. What is this energy crisis? This is a big problem nowadays in India. Energy crisis is a big problem. We are having load shedding. There are still in India, there are some places where electricity is not there, or in a day they are having 8 to 9 hours power cut. Why this is? Because of the deficit of electricity power. There is a huge demand for energy, but the production is not sufficient. This causes energy crisis in the country, which has adverse effect on industrial, agriculture, transport, trade, etc. Okay. So what happens if you don't get adequate of your electricity? Is it possible for any industry to run? No. Agricultural purpose, they use motors to pump up the water to the field. If you don't have that, it is not possible to carry water with a bucket and to make your field irrigated. Okay. Transport also like that. Trade, any business, this one energy is very much required. Okay, now we will go for the reason. What is the reason for this energy crisis? The main reason for energy crisis are less deposit and shortage of petroleum. That's why we should go for this non-conventional energy. Coal is less, petroleum is less. Okay, it is being used for one time only, but we can use water, wind. Okay, then this solar means sun. These are abundant, so we should go for this. Okay, that's why energy crisis are getting done. To overcome it, we should go for this non-conventional energy. Poor quality of coal. Okay, coal is of two qualities are there. Okay, in the coal here we have already discussed this one. Two types of coals are there. Okay, so four types of coals are, if it is coming, it is not possible to generate the electricity in a proper way. Erratic rainfall. Okay, rainfall is not same, so we are having a less abundance of water also. Hence, shortage of water for the generation of hydroelectricity. So, shortage of water for generation of hydroelectricity. Water is also less sometime in the summer time. If water is less, how we will generate this power? Loss of power in the process of transmission. Once we are sending the power from the manufacturing place to the consumer place, in between the power is getting lost. Okay, suppose a wire is cut off, means power is going but it is not emitting to the customer. Limited use of non-conventional energy resources. So what is this? Use of limited use. Okay, we should focus only on this non-conventional energy, but it is time consuming and it is expensive also. But once we can done, then I can say that that area is fully equipped with the energy generation. Now what are the remedies? Remedies means what we can do to overcome this crisis of energy. Okay, measures to solve the energy crisis are 4 points are there. Increase the production of petroleum and coal. We should think to use petroleum and coal in the best way. We should not do the wastage. Steps to be taken to have substitutes for oil and coal. Oil and coal is there, but that is not adequate. So we should go for the substitute. And what is the substitute? This non-conventional energy supply. Importance must be given to increase water power generation. Hydel power, what we have done, we are having abundance of water and we can use the same water several times to generate lakhs and lakhs of volts. Importance must be given to increase water power generation, greater use of non-conventional source of energy. Okay, so these are the points which can be, if we follow this thing, we can have the remedy for energy crisis. So what are the reasons and what are the remedies? Okay, 5 reasons are there and 4 remedies are there. Go through the notes, it will be very easy and it is very easy to understand also. Okay, go through the notes first and then you go through the video. Then also if you are having any problem, just come to the school and clear your doubts. Okay, thank you.